Hi folks. As a short break from all the pretty bleak coronavirus news that we're getting at the moment, I thought perhaps Outlander fans might like to know of something pretty important that took place on this day, 24th of March, 417 years ago. For on the 24th of March 1603, an event took place that had huge repercussions, not only just for Scotland and England, but throughout the world. For on that day, King James VI of Scotland ascended to the throne of England following the death of Queen Elizabeth I, and he was proclaimed King James I of England. Now, James set about right away creating the country now known as Great Britain, and he successfully achieved this without the use of armies or war, of conflict. And this set in place a train of events that would lead to the creation of the British Empire, including the acquisition of its American colonies, and ultimately to the British Army destroying the Jacobite rebels on the field of Culloden 142 years later. Without King James VI, a Scotsman born in Edinburgh Castle, none of this would have happened. And this is how it came about. James was born in Edinburgh Castle on the 19th of June, 1566, the only child of Mary Queen of Scots' disastrous marriage to Lord Darnley. Now, both Darnley and Mary were closely related to Henry VII of England. So James had a very, very strong claim to the English throne. When Mary was forced to abdicate the Scottish crown by the Scottish lords and fled to England to seek the safety of her cousin, Queen Elizabeth I, James was crowned King James VI of Scotland. He was only 13 months old at that time. Now, this was a period of huge religious unrest in Europe. The Reformation was sweeping the continent. And whilst James's mother, Mary, had been a Catholic, Scotland by now was a Protestant country, and James was brought up in the Protestant faith. This was to hold him in very good stead when Queen Elizabeth I of England died in 1603. Elizabeth, often called the Virgin Queen, was the daughter of Henry VIII and had never married or had children. There was no heir to the English throne. England, as well now, was a Protestant country and needed a Protestant king. And the English Parliament turned to James and offered him the crown. Now, James, I'm a huge fan of James VI. I think he was a tremendous monarch, and he was historically, scholars nowadays I think rate him very highly. He was an immensely wise and thoughtful king, and he reigned in total for over 57 years, and was the longest ever reigning Scottish monarch. Apart from the creation of Great Britain, which was obviously his most outstanding achievement, he was a renowned scholar and was famous for forcing through the translation of the Bible from Latin to English so that ordinary people could read it. And that Bible is still known today as the Authorised King James Bible, or the Authorised King James Version. But that was a great achievement as well from him. So, without that momentous event that took place on this day, the 24th of March, in the year 1603, there would have been no Great Britain. There would have been no British Empire. There would have been no American colonies. There would have been no redcoats, no Culloden, and probably no Outlander. So I thought that perhaps you would find that interesting. Anyway, a little historical tidbit for you. I do hope you're all keeping safe and well.